from the city trying to take my rifle, but there's something that he needs to understand. Second Amendment's only second to the Bible. He'll have to pull it out of my dead hands. Yeah, he can have opinions, I don't have to agree with him. Ain't nothing wrong with me and him being different. Oh no, no. But I think that he should know how I roll. I'm a survivor, you're damn right I'm a fighter. I'm a big buckskin and trout-knot rigging Hank Jr. disciple. So don't you be offended what Granddaddy defended. This flag I'm waving says I'm staying free. Don't tread on me, no. Don't tread on me, no. Man from the city trying to take my cornfield, turn it into a big high rise. Make a buck, make some dough on a big deal, but that's where all my bucks and does hide. Yeah, I get high enough, windmill and a pinch of snuff. Don't need your skyscraper elevators and all that stuff. Oh no, no. But I still think you should know how I roll. I'm a survivor, you're damn right I'm a fighter. I'm a big buckskin and trout-knot rigging Hank Jr. disciple. So don't you be offended what Granddaddy defended. This flag I'm waving says I'm staying free. Don't tread on me, no. Don't tread on me, no. If you want it, come and take it. Come on, city boy. If you want it, come and take it. If you want it, come and take it. If you want it, come and take it. I'm a survivor, you're damn right I'm a fighter. I'm a big buckskin and trout-knot rigging Hank Jr. disciple. So don't you be offended when Granddaddy defended. This flag I'm waving says I'm staying free. Don't tread on me, no. Don't tread on me.
Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. Once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome everybody to Darlington Motor Speedway. We are live here for the Red Light Racing Series. About to go 90 laps here in this very hot track, 115 degrees track temp. We'll have more information about that coming up here just in a few moments. Coming into tonight, James Skelton already locked into the championship races. He won the first season of the year last week back at Kentucky when 20 drivers made the start, and he wound up in the top spot. Wasn't the fastest car, but he managed to pull it off, and already he's second here tonight, so he's looking to try to go back-to-back, but he's going to have to beat Sean Butler in at number 88. We'll see how he does tonight. So what I want to do now, stop and get our national anthem in like we always do. We'll be right back right after this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alright, and welcome back to Darlington Motor Speedway. About to go here in just a few moments. First off, I just want to let everybody know if I seem a little out of it, it's because I'm about dead tired. I've only slept probably about 3 hours in the last 30, well, about 4 hours in the last 30 hours or so, so I'm really tired and working and stuff like that today. Anyway, hopefully this race will be good enough to wake me up a little bit. It should be a fun one. As I mentioned, track temps, well over 100 degrees. You can see it there. Wind speed as well. Air temp only 86 degrees, southwest wind at 9.62 miles per hour. And there's your track temp. 111 degrees is what I'm showing. It should be fun. We got a bunch of cars out here running throwbacks tonight, so that's really cool to see them. It's always neat to see it. It's always fun to watch these guys go right up against the wall here at Darlington. There is no low lane. It's all high lane of a racetrack, so it's really fun to watch and see that. You can see the standings on top right now. That is practice standings right now. Sean Butler, as I mentioned, is the fastest in the session. I'm going to go ahead and get my pick, and I'm actually going to go ahead and go with somebody a little bit different. I'm going to go with James Heater at 18 to pick up the win here. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, honestly, this number 88 car is looking really fast tonight, and he's running the gray ghost paint scheme, as you can see. That Dale Jr. drove, well, he did drive last season, but Alex Bowman drove the season before that, so should be a good race, though. I'm looking forward to it and seeing how all these guys do. Really, the practice hasn't been bad. It's been fairly clean practice. A bunch of guys are out there pushing it right now, trying to see what they can and can't do. So we're getting ready to wrap up practice here in about 2 minutes or so. Qualifying is going to get underway. So I'm going to step aside, take another commercial break so I can grab a drink. And I'll be right back here in just a few moments, and we will get qualifying underway.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Welcome back to Darlington. Qualifying. About to get underway here in about 1 second. As the guys get ready to go out and put down qualifying laps. This is open qualifying, so laps are 10 laps. All Jason Wells rolling off pit road now. We'll ride with him for just a moment. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hop on board and let's see how he goes about driving this track. It's a fun place to race. Very tough though. One of the hardest tracks to race in the iRacing NASCAR tracks. And the green flag is out for the number 64. You can see how much rubber is already starting to lay down. You can see how close he gets to that wall as well. It's really scary. We're going to see numerous drivers get to Darlington stripe tonight and get up inside that outside wall. Especially in turn 4. Just about like what we just seen right there. Here he comes off turn 4. Jason Wells is going to jump to the top of the board, but what will be his lap time? Looks to be a 27.538, so a good lap. Actually, James Heater just jumps up as well, knocks him off. And you can see some of the throwback paint schemes I was talking about. Here comes the 2 car, Joshua Buckley, driven by Rusty Wallace at one time. That old school Miller Light Genuine Draft, or Miller Genuine Draft. As Josh works out of turn number 4 as well. And starts his green flag lap. You can see Richard Murdoch pulling out as well. Bunch of cars out on the track at the moment qualifying. Here comes Josh, going to come and take the checkered flag for his first lap. 27.782 puts him in 8th place at the moment. Eric Johnson, driver number 33, driving old Jeff Burton paint scheme. I believe that was, what, Singular Wireless, I believe? There's the Darlington stripe. He just touched the wall a little bit. And he's going to go around. Nope, he saved it, so we'll have to wait and see how he does. Sean Butler currently second in the 88. James Heater still on top of the board. The 991 car. Joseph Piscata, newcomer. Driving, I can't remember who it was, but I know Danny Hamlin drove this paint scheme this season. I cannot remember who it was. But Joseph going to cross start finish line. Solid lap, 27.626 for the 991 car. Brian Phillips in number 39. He's driving a paint scheme as well. Throwback. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking it's Tim Richmond's throwback. I could be wrong. So we're seeing a bunch of throwback paint schemes tonight, which is always cool. Yes, it was Tim Richmond that drove that car. In late 1985, Tim Richmond was recruited by Rick Hendrick. Starting in 1986, he started driving this car that we see right now on track. Currently 15th on the track, so he's going to have to try to improve a little bit. Andy Lee in the 25. Not running the throwback, but right now 9th on the board. DJ Anderson at number 51. NOS Energy. That's a throwback top scheme. Woo! He gets loose coming out of 2. 2's where it's going to be really tough. We're going to have to guys spin out. And the thing is, caution might not always come out when that happens. Number 10 rolling on the track. Now, it could be Ricky Craven or Darrell Waltrip throwback. If it's a Ricky Craven throwback, he may have some luck here. The closest finish ever in NASCAR history was done at Darlington. Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch. And I believe it was, who was that won that race? Was it Kurt or Ricky Craven that won that race? Yes, it was Ricky Craven that won that race. That's right. By just a little bit. Max Terry out on track. Number 42, driving an old Rainbow Warrior Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme. The DuPont. Max right now 5th on the charts. Kyle Souza, about to put it on a lap. An old Dale Jarrett paint scheme. You gotta look at some of the paint schemes a little bit closer, and you can see. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Dale Jarrett paint scheme. We got 22 drivers. There's some guys that have yet to qualify. As you can see, some of the paint schemes. A bunch of guys in here driving throwbacks. Kevin O'Brien with a nice Ricky Bobby type paint scheme. It's nice by Dean Heck. Zach Carr driving the Chase Elliott Hooters paint scheme. Then you got the 86 of James Skelton. Winner last week. You can call that a Days of Thunder paint scheme, but I believe Kyle Petty actually drove that scheme as well. We got the 18 of James Heater and a Matt Kenseth paint scheme. As James right now, not quite a 10th. He's actually under a half a 10th in front of Tim Blum. So all the times are pretty close at the moment. We only got about a minute and 30 seconds, 1 minute and 49 seconds left here in qualifying before we get over to the race and get this thing underway. Once again, guys, I'm a little tired tonight, so if I sound a little off on stuff, just ignore it. Very sleepy tonight, so hope that's okay. I'll give it my all, though. Qualifying about to wrap up. We still got a couple cars that can go out on the track and put down a lap. Guys that have not put down a lap as of yet: William Long, Anthony Yankello, Kyle Souza, and Jack Walls have yet to put down a lap. Jack is on the grid. Let's see him there. Somewhat. It's a pole in my way. You see him there. Of course, Kyle also on the grid, but As of right now, those guys have yet to put in a lap. Bruce Potter is actually rolling out in a UPS Ford. And he is sitting there. He may be ready to cross start finish line here in just a moment. Get a slower lap in. So he will start towards the back end of the field. And there he goes. Puts him 18th. DJ Anderson. See if he can get a good lap in here. Right now, 4th on the board. Does he move up? No, he does not. And back across the line, he messed up a little bit out of 4. You heard it. Really had to back it down, and that lap was actually way slower than his best lap. So qualifying will come to an end, and it will be James Heater starting on the pole tonight. It looks like we got Eric Johnson out on the track. If he can get back to the start-finish line, he will have time to finish this lap. Across the line, Eric Johnson was 12th, and it looks like he's going to stay 12th. So James Heater picks up the pole here tonight as we get ready to grid them up. And we're going to talk to James Heater here in just one moment. We will bring him in once he grids. We'll talk to him. Take a look right now. You can see James Skelton. He was my pick to win tonight. See how he does. Looks like that number 10 car, Tim Blum, picks it up on that last lap and went up to 2nd on the charts. And the number 18's grid. So let's bring in our pole sitter for tonight. If he's in here. He is not, so we will not be talking to James Heater here. So pulling Joshua Buckley and talking to him. Hey, Josh, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Real fast, man. What's it going to take for you to get up towards the front and win this thing tonight?
To be honest with you, I don't think I have the fastest car here. There's a lot of people that show speed. It's just going to be patience and trying not to bounce it off the wall. I think if I can keep it clean, I can hopefully find my way to the front.
What's the biggest issues? Pit road, or is it being up near that wall?
It's both, to be honest with you. These tires are going to wear quick. You got to try to ride the wall as much as you can to get the speed without hitting it, and then hit road's going to be an adventure in itself. And also the restarts, it's going to be a little squirrely on restarts. So.
All right, man. Get here and see what you can do. I'll be up here watching. Good luck, and it should be a fun race with all these throwbacks. You got a lot of them in here tonight.
Yeah, it's fun to do something to have a little fun. I appreciate everyone with the paint schemes, and I appreciate you with the broadcast. Let's have some fun tonight.
Sure, buddy. Good luck. All right, that was Joshua Buckley. As we go back up towards the front, let's go high above this blimp. As we get ready to roll here, pace car pulls in. The green flag is out. We're off to racing here for the Red Light Racing Series Darlington 90 Throwback Race. And let's see how this all shakes out on this first lap. This right here is going to be the most trickiest part of this race. Everybody's close to each other. 18 gets a little loose on the apron. Tim Blum cannot capitalize on that. You've got to get to that high side. We'll jump back a little bit. These guys back here really going at it. Richard Murdoch trying to run down Dean Heck in that 12th spot. .28 trying to hold on. Here comes Richard underneath. Not going to be able to get there. Joshua Buckley rides along behind him. Then you got the 7 of Leo Bourdais right behind him. 28 gets a little loose. That's going to open up the top side for Richard and see if he can take it away. Looks like he will take that spot away using that higher line. Jason Wells right now putting some pressure on that 86. James Skelton. Then right behind him you see Zach Carr. Newcomer to this league right now. As well as Joseph Piscata, both new to this league. Running 8th and 9th. As we go back down into one of the tightest corners in all of NASCAR. And there you go. 975 gets the wall. Darlington stripe for him in turn number 2. See if we can get a better look at his damage. It don't look like it's going to affect him any. Should be okay from that. But it does look like Andy Lee going to take to the bottom side and complete the pass on Zach. We are already 5 laps in. That's the thing about this race. It does not take long. These guys run 28-second laps, 27-second laps. But tires do fall off. We heard it from a few minutes ago from Josh. He said tires do fall off quite a bit, so expect pit road to happen every stop we can. I expect these guys to be on pit road and take 4 fresh tires. So cool though, seeing some of these paint schemes. Kyle Souza right now working on the 83 of Jack Walls, but it's so cool seeing some of these paint schemes, throwbacks and stuff like that. It's a little bit different because I don't recognize all the drivers, like I normally do because they're paint schemes. Watching the 33 right now, Barry Johnson. He's working on Zach Carr in that Hooters car. Richard Murdoch actually was off pace just a minute ago. He's actually fallen back a little bit. Now the 12th. May have got loose coming out of one of these turns. Who worked his way. He was up to 9th at one time. Or I'm sorry, 10th, I believe. Just a few moments ago. The 86, James Skelton. In a gaggle of cars. You got the 42 of Terry Ott working his way up a little bit. I apologize. He started in 5th as well, so he's currently running in the same spot. You got James Skelton and Jason Wells. And it looks like Jason Wells may have got loose. See if we can see what happened. There you go. Just got loose. Had to chase it down the racetrack a little bit. Went from 7th back to 9th now. As we watch Kyle Petty or Cole Trickle, whichever one you prefer, and Jeff Gordon go at it. It's pretty cool to see these paints, man. I love seeing them. Really neat. Probably one of my favorite races to watch, though. I mean, if you can make a clean race here, this is a fun race. A lot of times you have caution after caution after caution, especially in official races. But these guys have raced near each other long enough. And the Cup car, it's not easy. 150 or 111 degree track temp, I think is what we said earlier. That's not easy by any means. It's a very hot, slick racetrack. They kind of need it. I know these guys practice in the cooler track temps, and they actually had to raise the gear up a little bit in these cars because this is a fixed setup. But they had to raise the gears up because they was actually maxing, redlining their tacks at the end of the straightaways, or I'm sorry, coming off turn 2 before they even got to the end. So they had to lower a lot of the, or raise a lot of the gears and stuff like that to make it a little bit longer of a gear. See the RPMs that Max Terry gets here though, right around 8,800 RPM, and the speed pretty fast. You wouldn't think this kind of track would hold this much speed, and we're already 13 laps in on this set of tires. See it right here, well over 185 miles an hour. Get about 188 before he slows it down. Well mentioned, Tim Blum actually took the lead. I did not see that. He took the lead about 7 laps ago. I actually did not see that, so I apologize. Sean Butler trying to run down second place James Heater in the 88 right now. One of the fastest cars on track last time by. So cross start finish line. We'll check this time as well. He was third fastest that time, so he's running in third. Does look like he may be a little bit faster, however, than our second place car. 94 is off pace a little bit. Kevin O'Brien, way off pace. Not very far in front of the leaders, as they work out of turn 2 into turn 3. Kevin right now going into turn 1 as these guys work off turn 4. About a straightaway ahead before we start seeing lap cars. You guys are actually very much impressing me, though. I'm not gonna lie. In practice, I mentioned that we did have a couple cars spin. We had a couple. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It was, well, I seen probably about 6 wrecks that I was watching in practice. These guys are actually doing a very good job. Hopefully, they can stay green. That'd be pretty awesome to watch them get a green flag pit stop here, because if we do get a green flag pit stop, everything's going to change. Strategy and all that stuff changes, because this is a very unique pit road and very fast pit road. And it comes up on you quick. When I say fast, that's what I mean by that. It comes up on you really fast. I think the pit road speed very slow. I think it's like 35 or 40. So it's very slow. And where it's at, you really got to get below the apron. Really, you want to start entering right there where they're at now in turn 3. You want to start trying to get the pit road from there and stay on the bottom. Follow that yellow line all the way down pit road. But that is also if we have a green flag pit stop. We're now 20 laps in to this run here in Darlington for the Red Light Racing Series. I mentioned the points a few moments ago. Oh, the 51 hard into the wall and inside wall, and he is toast. We'll see. Will this throw a caution? He's going to spin it around, and there are also 920-35s around. And caution does come out. So multiple cars crashing on that one. I see somebody else was around. I thought it was a 991 maybe. Oh, 975 is that car. There's your damage on him. And then DJ Anderson, that's a big blow for him. He does limp it around. I think these guys do have a fast repair, I believe. I will find out. But pit road's going to be open. And you can already see they are on pit road now. See the 51 sitting there. He is right now 1 lap down, so he needs to get out if he can in front of these leaders. I think he may be done because his pit stop very slow at the moment. And I think these guys have a faster pair, I thought, but I don't know. 4 tires on everybody's car for sure. And the race off pit road is going to be a close one. We'll see. That first pit box that the 18 has could be big. Race off pit road and Tim Blum in the 18. Kyle Souza stays out, by the way, and we'll lead a lap. We'll take a break. Be right back right after this from Darlington Motor Speedway.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Doubling back up here at Darlington Motor Speedway, and you can see pace lights look like they're out. Tim Blum still out front here at this 1.5 mile racetrack as we get ready to go. I don't know why it's doing 1.5 miles. It's not exactly 1.5 miles. But anyway, pace car pulls in. The green flag is out, and we're racing once again at Darlington Motor Speedway. The Throwback 90, as I like to call it anyway. Battle for second. Sean Butler underneath James Heater. Going to clear the 18. That's a big pass. Using that bottom line, 88 gets a little loose in the center. We got cars on the apron behind him as well. Looks like that is the Kyle Souza number 30 car. Oh, the 10 gets to the wall. A little Darlington stripe for our leader. As these guys work out turn 4, one of the most dangerous turns in all of NASCAR. Got a car coming down pit road. Kyle Souza, not sure what's going on there. Looks like he may have gotten into the wall pretty good. I don't see nothing. But we also got the 39 really far off pace at the moment. This right here is for 8th place. Richard Murdoch, Jason Wells. For 2nd place, starting to heat up, Eric Johnson. I'm sorry, not 2nd. I don't know why I said 2nd. It's for 4th. One car's doing a really good job. He actually had a really slow pit stop. He had some damage he had to repair. So did a bunch of other guys though. James Skelton spent numerous times on pit road. Andy Lee spent a minute on pit road. I mean, you can see right here, Pit stop's quite long for sixth on back, with the exception of Dean Heck, who did make up a couple spots. And it looks like Dean Heck actually had the fastest pit stop out of the top 10 right now. Check in on Dean. There he is. That number 28 car, Hardee's. Anybody know what car that's from? Anybody know who drove the number 28 car from Hardee's? That's a good trivia question. We haven't done that in a while. There's a better look at it. Correct answer on that. Cal Yarborough. Very good NASCAR driver at the time. You might know how many championships Cal Yarborough won. Anybody at all? I believe it was 3. Could be wrong, but I think it's 3. I need to look it up myself. I know he won 3 consecutive, but I can't find exactly how many he won total. Yeah, it was 3. 76, 77, 78. Joseph Piscotti running in 9th place. Right behind him, running in 6th place. He started now. James Skelton right behind him. Of course, that number 991 car. Tribute to Ray Hendrick. Iconic Flying 11 Coupe. That's where that car came from. Had to look that up myself. I knew it was something like that. I couldn't remember what it was. We got cars spread all over the track. Up here's your leader. Going in to turn number 2. And now going to turn 3, and right up here in front of him, exiting turn 4 is the 39. Brian Phillips. Brian not having the greatest of nights. He's actually got his car looks good. I mean, don't look horrible at all. We'll have to wait and see if he can make up some spots, but we'll see. Hopefully he can. Sixth place. Eric Johnson trying to hold back or trying to catch up. As Joseph Scotty just got around him a few moments ago, we'll see if Eric Johnson can catch back up. And quick pass. Battle for the lead. Top 3 cars. Sean Butler, Tim Blum, James Heater. Sean took it away just a second ago. See if he can out drive the 10 and 18. We got to kind of figure that Sean was going to be up here in a matter of time. He was the fastest in practice. So this shouldn't be too surprising, but he did start back in third. But he was very fast in practice, so we'll see if he keeps doing this. These guys been out there once again on 20-lap tires, so this is about what we ran last time before we had a caution. We'll see if that comes back and see if it keeps up with what we think could happen. Also, looks like the 94, Kevin O'Brien on pit road. He may be done for the day. Last time by, Sean Butler a little bit faster than second place Tim Blum. James Heater was actually a little bit faster. The fastest car last time by, however, was Max Terriot. No, I take it back. Joseph Piscotti. The fastest on the track last time by in 5th place. See if he can run down these top 3 guys. You can see that where this number 10 is running, he's running a little bit different line than the 88. You can see right there, especially on the straightaways, he's moving down a little bit, trying to get some clean air to his nose. But right there as well, he's a little bit further down the track than the 88 is. He's not as close to the wall as Sean is, and it is working. He is starting to pick up the speed just a little bit. Maybe learning a little bit of something from his 88. Maybe found some grip. He does get some of the apron. And he does keep it on the wall, but this is interesting watching him because it's changing so much right now. And you can see right there, we're riding on board the nose of the car. You can see how much lower he's running compared to the 88. It ain't much, but it is enough. A little bit more grip, and it looks like it's really working out. It's starting to pay off as he's starting to find himself getting faster and faster. Last time by, he was actually a little bit slower. Sean, however, trying to make his way into the playoffs by winning this race if he could do it. Well, this is only the 2nd race of the season for these guys. So a lot of races still left for everybody to have a chance at it. We got a car on pit road. Jason Wells bringing it in. This may set off a chain of events, and everybody, here comes the 39. I believe that is scheduled, by the way. Should be. No, he's just jumped out of the way of the leaders. Don't want to cause any issues. We are already 49 laps into this race. Well, got about 40 more laps to go, give or take. So here's our mid-race summary. Let's take a look. 1 caution so far. And it says 1 lap, but I think it was actually like 3 laps. Anyway, 42 laps remain. And out front, Sean Butler leads the way, who has led 31 laps total out of 39. But that 10 of Tim Blum really putting some pressure now on that 88. And we got pit stops. Sean Butler. Let's see what it's like to get on pit road. Watch how tough. He's actually got a little bit of damage as well. Toughest pit road in NASCAR. He's going to come down and take his fast repair, most likely. It's like James Skelton as well. Is on pit road. You can see the damage that the 88 actually has. And he's still not in his pit box. Should be coming up on it here in about 2, 1, and there you go. Let's see if he takes his fast repair or not. Right now he's 1 lap down. Maybe go another lap down here. Down the way, no fast repair taken. Here comes the 10 of Tim Blum. Eric Johnson on pit road. Tim Blum, Joshua Buckley now coming up pit road as well, or his own pit road. Richard Murdoch just hit pit road, so now we got 3 guys that have yet to pit. That is Max Terrott, Dean Heck, Leo Bourdage, and we're waiting to see where all this shakes up at. And Jack Wells has not pitted Jack Wallace has not pitted as well. So we shall see. Max Terrott on pit road. All of this should cycle back around to Sean Butler. We'll see when it does. And why is Tim off the pace? He had a speeding penalty, I do believe. Yes, sir. 13, I believe. Or I'm sorry, or did he just now come out pit road? Like, we'll be watching this. I think he had to come back down. We'll find out. There's no reason he should be back out. Well, we're going to have a caution. We got a car. I just seen him hit the wall. 28. And it's still sitting there. Don't know why. He's off the racing surface, but there's your issue. He had to tow back. He did get towed. Dean Heck, though, was having a good run. So that gives up the lead to Brian Phillips, who's got to come to pit road. All this is actually going to cycle over to the 88 of Sean Butler, as it looks like we got another issue with one of our guys. No, Sean Butler. It does cycle over to him. Alright, we'll take a break. Be right back right after this. Welcome back. We got a race for the top spot, and this could be for the win. As it is Sean Butler, James Heater. Both of these guys going at it right now. Last time by it has been James Heater, the fastest on track, but he's got to figure a way to get around this number 88 car, and that's not easy. Actually, he gives up a little bit right there. He backs up his corners a little bit more than the 88 does. I'm gonna be honest, when I seen on the schedule that these guys had to come to Darlington, the first thing that popped in my mind was 8 cautions. That was my prediction. I figured we'd have a lot of yellows. And I've said this plenty of times, this is by far the cleanest league that we broadcast as far as caution goes, because they don't wreck a ton. Sim Racing Short Trackers has caution because it's short track racing. That's normal, I understand that. But this is by far probably the cleanest race that we run, or cleanest league that we run. Very impressive, though. See what these guys can do. And that goes for all of them. I mean, even the guys that are not up front week in and week out. I can go back a little bit, just back further. I'm just showing Brian Phillips, who's not having the greatest night. They still figure out a way to not wreck. And, you know, like I said, they may not be the slowest. And the thing is, for people that don't know, this is a scrambler series, and all cars do not fit every driver. For example, Brian Phillips, he may be better the trucks or the Xfinity than he is the Cup Series. Sean Butler may not be good in the trucks, but really good in the Cup Series. James Heater is good in everything. But I still find it that they're able to go out here and do this and not have the amount of yellows that normal leagues have. So, yeah, you can check them out, redlightleague.com. The link's in the description. I believe it's called redlightleague.com. Redlightleague.com. So, yeah, just check them out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really, really a cool league for anybody interested in racing it. They do have off weeks, but after their season ends, it's not as long as most races. And here comes the 88 coming up pit road. And the thing about him coming up pit road, this is his final stop. He's good to go to the end, so he's going to come down, probably take his fast repair, to be completely honest. So we'll watch him come down pit road. Let's hop on board with him. Alright, here he comes in the pit box. Makes it in clean. He does take his fast repair this time. And there he goes, rolling off with a good stop. 13.8. Joshua Buckley on pit road. Everybody else on pit road. James Skelton hitting pit road. James Heater now on pit road. So a big time stops coming up, and this is a big one. Now, I'm not saying these guys can make it all the way. That gas fuel mileage, they should be good. But is it possible we'll see some of these guys stay out and try to make it the distance? Or are they giving up too much on tires? The leader's already lapped everybody for the guys that had pitted. And he's going to go ahead and bring it in as well. So I guess that just solves everything. But will we see anybody try that? Do they even have enough gas to make it all the way? 22 laps left. They've been out there 15 laps. You would think so. But tires could be giving up a difference. But do we see somebody that hasn't won this season or hasn't ran the greatest race? Richard Murdoch sent back and forth, who's been okay. He's been inside the top 10. But do we see somebody like him stay out and try to take as many laps as he can and get the win? Right now, though, everybody's chasing a 42. We gotta wait for him to pit first. He be cutting his car off. I think he is saving. Well, let's watch his RPMs going into turns and listen. Yes, sir. He's trying to make it all the way. He is clutching it in is what he's doing. You can hear it. Let's listen once again. We'll turn it up the volume a little bit. All the way down to 1200 RPM. Trying to make it on fuel. Now, this is possible. I mean, it is possible. We'll find out if it works or not for him. But it is possible that he will have enough. Sean Butler, who is the first car on fresh tires, right here behind the 10 car. So he's in lap traffic. And our leader, as these guys go into turn 1, is right at the end of turn 2. So they still got to pass him and go around again. If he can make it on fuel, he can win this race. Tim Blum, another one of them. So we got two guys kind of staying out here. And I think if you're staying out, now you've done made your bed. You've got to lay in it. You've got to attempt it. I mean, you have no choice now but to try it. Because if you just give up now, it's over no matter what happens. You can still see he's saving. He may have got some of the wall there, but he's still saving some. Now, if a caution comes out, Max is good. Let's see if Tim's saving as well. Okay, here he comes out of the turn. It don't look like he's saving as much. No, he is actually not cutting his car off. So here comes a big pass right here. The 88 is underneath the 24 or 42. Oh, and the 18 got held up by the 01 as well. So that was big. But Max Terriot still has the lead. These guys just got their last back. So they have to complete another full circuit. And there's a lot of lap traffic here. Max honestly could be in the driver's seat if we have a caution for one. And if he can make it. I mean, but now you have to stay out and try it. As long as he don't get wrecked. Here comes the 10 underneath him. So Tim Blum takes the lead. Now, Tim took the lead, but remember, Tim's not saving. Unless he decides to start doing it here. But really, I think you're already past that point. We're going to wait and see. Now, Max Terriot's speed has slowed down quite a bit compared to Sean Butler. He was 2 seconds faster. Sean was 2 seconds faster last time by than Max. There's Max Terriot. There's Sean Butler already exiting turn 2. And Max just now going into 1. So we'll find out. As you see the 86 going around. See, I like the strategy he's doing, though. I mean, the guys waited a little bit late. I mean, I don't want to call it late, but they waited. That's when they had to pit. Honestly, if they would have waited later, they would have been out of luck. I'll be honest. They would have waited 5 laps. I don't see it happening. But they still got a chance to do this. Sean Butler and Sean Butler and all them. And what's big, James Heater actually got around Sean Butler. So here's your guy that's actually chasing down Max Terriot once again. And at the moment, there's James Heater. Max Terriot, James just now exited turn 2. Max Terriot just now hit 1. So that goes to show you there is a difference right now. About a half a track, the difference. Is he still saving? He is. 10 laps to go at the line for Tim Blum, though. He may have enough to make it as well. Now, he's not saving it, unless he's just backing up his corners more. So a field race at Darlington, that's always fun. Yeah, Tim's saving a little bit now as well. So to give everybody an idea, James Heater right now, 21 seconds. I'm sorry. Make that, I think it's 13 seconds. 13 seconds right now behind second place Max Terriot. 21 behind Tim Blum. So Tim may be able to do it if he could keep stretching it. And right now is the point of no return, because right now with that lap that we just completed is the, now we're on extra tires. It's the longest we've been on any set of tires. But remember, Tim Blum not been saving. Max Terriot has. Max is now 11 seconds. Tim's got to come to pit road. So Max Terriot's got to stay out. Tim Blum just now getting to pit road. And that's going to cost him his race. That's going to hurt him bad. Max is still saving, but 8 seconds is the gap. I don't know. But they're not much slower than each other right now. Still 2 seconds, a little under 2 seconds. But it is an 8-second gap now for James Heater. Now, he's trying to save. Max is trying to save as much as he can. He's wanting these laps to tick down. Make that 7 seconds. There's James. Over here's Max, getting passed by Joshua Buckley. James just exiting turn 2. I'm sorry, turn 4. Max going in to turn 2. Exit turn 2. 4 seconds the difference. I think you've got to go now. I don't think you could save. Well, there is some cars behind him that could help him. 5 laps. And 3.7 your distance. At this line, Max Terriot's last time a 31.4 to James Heater's 29.0. So over 2 seconds slower. At this rate, he will catch him next lap if Max does not get going. Does he have enough to even make it to the end, though? Okay, James is right behind him now. There's your difference. And it looks like Max is starting to block. He's starting to put some gas in it now. Here comes James Heater. Nope, Max cutting it off. Don't think he has enough. But does he got enough to stay up inside the top 3? That'd be awesome if he does. We got 3 to go. And he's got about a 2-second lead over 3rd place. What a gutsy call by the 42, if he's able to make it. That gap's closing on 2nd as well. Sean Butler really closing in. You hear him still cutting the car off. Just trying to get it around. And I think if he could fall all the way back to 5th. Here comes the battle for 2nd. Sean Butler takes 2nd. Meanwhile, up front, the 18 is going to see the white flag. James Heater, who started on the pole, is looking to get his first win of the season and walk in to the chase. What starts at Homestead, Miami. And the 18 is going to see turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4, James Heater wins the Darlington Throwback 90 for the Red Light Racing Series. And Max Terriot battles back and he finishes 5th place. Somehow he finished 5th. Sean Butler 2nd. Eric Johnson 3rd. Joseph Piscotti will finish in 4th. Big job and good job for Eric Johnson. We're going to talk to all the guys that we can here in just one moment, as James Heater's slowing down on the front stretch, and he's going to burn the house down. Or maybe not. There's your winner. James Heater picks up the win. He should be connected to TeamSpeak. We'll be waiting just a second before we pull in 2nd and 3rd place. So Matt Kenseth throwback takes the checkered flag. Let's bring in 3rd place Eric Johnson. Yes, let's bring in 3rd place Eric Johnson. Hey, Eric, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, started way back in 12th, and honestly, you wasn't really a factor, but you started making some gains there towards the end. Did you find something in the track that started working to your favor?
Yeah, I was just trying to race the track and just stay off the wall and just kind of help my tires come along a little bit. But no, man, just stayed out of trouble, and that was it.
This is a tough place, man, and honestly, only one caution. Very surprising, to be completely honest. I know it surprised a lot of you guys as well. What was the biggest challenge you all faced tonight? Was it, getting on pit road? Was it riding so close to that wall? Especially in this car, it's very tough.
Yeah, pit road is kind of tricky. I was taking the way inside line, try to get some advantage. I think that worked. And then between 3 and 4, just trying to see up that wall on old tires. It's pretty tricky too.
One of the fastest guys in here tonight. You battled back, finished 3rd place. That's going to help you in the championship standings. Of course, you're trying to get to the chase as well for another year in a row. Anybody you want to give shout outs to? Great run tonight.
Just TRN and Red Light and everybody for watching.
Good job, buddy. Go out here and see what you can do next week.
Thanks, Andy.
Next up, we bring in the 88 car, Sean Butler, who, to be honest, was probably the fastest car on track, to be honest. Sean, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Man, he was one of the fastest cars out there tonight. To be honest, do you feel like you kind of gave one away?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was that was a rough call there in turn 1. I really thought 01 was going to go by me. Had a good run, and I checked up to let him go, and then he checked up at the last second. So I tried to power up, and it didn't stick. So I was just fortunate enough to hold on to it and come home second. Still, I mean. That was rough to give that one away. I felt like I gave it away. I really wanted to race James for that. I think I had a good enough car on the long run to be able to hold him off, but won't know now.
Just to let you know, on that last lap, I mean, you was 0.6 faster on the last lap, and you was actually gaining on him quite a bit over that little run that we had before or right after he got around you. But it is what it is. Still, 22 laps led tonight, and you started in 3rd, finished 2nd. But honestly, one of the fastest cars tonight. What makes this place so tough, man? I asked the same question to Eric a minute ago. Is it pit road? Is it running so close to the wall? Because let's be honest, I'm very surprised there was only one yellow.
Yeah, so was I. I really thought once we had that first yellow, it was going to start getting some ration of cautions. But great job by everybody. It's racing the track, I think, is the hardest part, not racing other people. If somebody gets a run on you, just let them have it, especially early on, because it's so hard to overdrive. Because, you got to, turn 1, it's a little bit different. You got to go in low, ride up to the wall, and then come off low. But at 3 and go down on 3, you got to go in on the high side and then turn down low to get off. So Yeah, it's very easy to overdrive the car, especially if you're racing somebody going into these corners and just go up there and slam the walls. But pit road, that's definitely hard to get onto also, because it's such a blind corner to get down in there. It's very hard to get slowed down.
That was actually the second time tonight during an interview I heard somebody say you got to race the track. So this is a driver's track. This is not an easy track to drive by any means, man. So congratulations, second place. I know you felt like you gave one away, and honestly, I kind of feel the same way. While watching the broadcast, you could kind of tell it as well. But still, second place, nothing to hang your head down about by any means. It would be fun to see you and James go at it, see who was the best here tonight. But still, second place. Anybody you want to give shout-outs to?
I want to give a shout out to my teammates over there at Need for Speed. This is my first race with them. Glad to come out here and show them what I can do, and looking forward to many more races. And thanks to you for coming out here and broadcasting this for us.
Well, they got a good driver because you was just a few moments away from putting in a victory lane. So good job, man. And we'll talk to you here soon. Good job.
Thank you very much, sir. See you next week.
So, it don't look like James Heater is in here tonight. So, here's your results. My thoughts on the race. Great race. All in all, one of the best races we've had with these guys, especially for such a tough place. Can't argue with it. You got to feel for some guys. I mean, I know Tim was fast. Max somehow battled back for a 5th place finish. And honestly, that's surprising because I don't think he was a 5th place car, just being honest. There's your race results. 1 caution for 3 laps. 90 laps are complete. 14 lead changes, all that being on pit road. That's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. We'll be back Wednesday night for the Sim Racing Short Trackers. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And tune in tomorrow as OSR TV. I'm sorry, not OSR. Or is it OSR? Check out tomorrow. I'll post on Facebook on Trackside Racing Network. And you guys can see me race as well in the league. So we'll have one of our friends that are broadcasting it, so it should be fun. Thanks, everybody, again for watching. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night, and God bless as always. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day